So I'm starting a second business and I want to make a video on the reason why. And you might be asking, well, because you want to, you're ambitious. Not exactly. So I currently own a fitness studio, if you didn't know, called The Trainer Page. I'm currently in my office right now. And if you look, you're gonna see my great, that is where the my phone is standing, because I'm actually waiting for a better camera light to come in. I'm currently in my office. I have this cinematic view on, which I thought would look good for me, but you can't really see the background, it's a little blurred. There's my doggy. But I'm in my office suite where my sales team is located there, and then we got conference room. I'll show you that another time. But my fitness studio, I've gratefully have grown into an awesome company, at least I think. Right now we are on a run rate of doing over $1 million, and things are going really well. So a lot of times in business, people get distracted, and from mentors and people I learn, it's very common for a business owner to pursue a new opportunity. Sometimes it's completely polar opposite to what they're used to doing. And a lot of the times, business gurus or people who are really good at business are like, just keep doing what you're good at doing. And from my proven experience and what I've built from the ground up, many people might say, well, why don't you just do more of that? And it's a great question. And it's something that I've been contemplating going back and forth for over a year. So the idea of this second company, creating a product-based company. So essentially I'm in a service-based company. So we are brick and mortar. We have a fitness studio and we have a membership service. And essentially we are geofence, right? We can only serve people within a 10 to maybe max 15-mile radius, and that's even pushing it. And there's a capacity to how big we can grow our studio without there running into problems or truly not being able to fill in more people. And as we continue to grow and reach that quote cap, I again can look at it and say, well, I'm gonna keep doing that until we do get to that point, and from that point, go to a second location and just double your business. And as great as that is, the market, so when it comes to business, you have to understand economics and market. And this is a lesson I wish I learned early on, honestly, because when you pursue a business, you have to look at the market. And I guess a really good example of this is if your friend were to say to you, hey, I'm starting a newspaper business. Immediately, you're saying to yourself, is the newspaper business even a thing anymore? And the answer is it's not. So basically what ends up happening is the newspaper business is constantly being, the economics of it is they lose 25% of their customers every year. So even if you're growing your business at 20% year over year, which is really good, when you get to a certain point, you continue that, you're still losing business. So for someone, you can logistically say, I don't think the newspaper business is smart to be in, right? And the reason is, well, why? There's no demand for it. We have technology, we have blogs, everything's online, right? It's pretty straight to the point. And this market that we are in the fitness studio space, it became very competitive. And there's a book called The Blue Ocean Strategy. It's on my bookshelf over there. And essentially, when you look at the fitness studio space, we do large group training, right? So there's box gyms, there's personal training gyms. So they basically do like private or semi-private training. And then there's large group model. And then from that large group model, that's a broad term because there's boxing, HIIT, yoga, cycling, kung fu, you name it, there's probably one. And there are a ton of more fitness businesses being open. So when you look at the market, what happens is you end up realizing that when there's more competition, the market that you're marketing to, there's more selection, right? The customer can decide where I want to go here, I want to try that, I want to do this, I want to do this instead. And you can open a business and make it better than everyone's and still succeed. And that is something that I believe we did. We entered the market space when it started to get pretty popular.
And where we are now at this point in time in 2025, there's a ton of options for people to choose from. We essentially have a very specific niche. Our core purpose is to show our members the mental benefits of working out. We're beginner friendly, and we really have an awesome customer experience that we constantly obsess and focus on. So through constant trial and error, we have now built a really good service product. When I say product, I really mean service here at our studio that we know customers like and love, and they stay on for anywhere from 1 to 1.5, 2 years, and so on and so forth. And we're able to constantly acquire, aka get new customers, right? But then we're constantly losing customers because in this business, members sign up and members cancel. So you're always trying to fight this attrition versus new sale. And when you look at this business as an investor, it is very costly to acquire customers. So you have to spend a lot of time, money, energy, and resources in order to obtain new customers. Now, if we were to go back 12 years ago, and if it was 2013 and I was opening my large group fitness studio right where we are now, there was very little competition. I mean, there was pretty much most places didn't have a large group model near them. So when you're new to a marketplace, right, that means you're ahead of the trend, right? Trends are always happening. And if you can be ahead of a trend, then you can win fast. And you don't even have to be that good at business. Just the location of a brick and mortar business can determine if it's going to be successful or not. And for example, my studio is in an okay town on Long Island, and we're in a basement. We're not in a storefront. So we had all the odds against us, but we still were able to build an awesome brand. So when people pose the question, well, why don't you just keep doing more of what you're doing? That's a very valid question, like I said earlier. But I've talked to very high level business people, and I said to them, well, when I look at my business as an investor, I don't believe that investing into a second location fast and quick is smart because of how much it costs to acquire customers and what their lifetime gross profit looks like. It's called your LTV to CAC. I'll get into that in another video. And not saying that I'm done with the gym business. I just know to be a smart business owner, our focus should be to build our studio, this single location, to be as big and profitable as possible. And through trial and errors and different revenue streams, I do believe our studio can get to 1.5, even almost to $2 million per year. Now, that's gonna have to force us to come up with new innovative ideas, things that might not be common in the industry, but when we get to that point, we'll figure it out. Now, we are in a really good position, and that's because I have an amazing team. I, as the owner, have built an awesome organization of people who are better and smarter than me that are running the business because they love to do it. And I've now built this well-oiled machine that consistently grows without me having to actually be involved in the day-to-day operations. And that's a key component that I think a lot of business owners miss out on. It is critical that if you are going to pursue a second location or a new business, you have to be in the position where you could go away for 2 to 3 weeks with very little contact with your team, and you come back and the gym has grown and there's no problems that have risen to you that need to be fixed. And I'm, again, gratefully in that position. So the reason why I decided to start this second company is because I see a blue ocean in a very competitive industry. And that is in the supplement industry. Now, when you hear supplements, you can think of supplement companies like First Form, like any other, Rise, C4, right? There's supplement companies that have a product mix of different products that they sell, right? And then they sell merch and they do all this stuff. And a lot of those brands are influencer driven. And as great as those are, you can easily start a supplement product, like supplements and white label supplements, like very, very easily. Like if you didn't know, you can literally call manufacturers up and you can find out if they have common supplements that are very easy to make for cheap, and you can white label. So what that means is you literally will put your company label on their product and then you sell it as it's yours. So you buy it for $1, you sell it for $8, or you buy the thing for $10, you sell it for $50. and there's great margins in that business. And because of the margins and how much money you can make on it, it's a very good business to be in. But it's super competitive. So I'm not sitting here saying I'm starting the next supplement company. What I'm actually starting is a niche supplement, one product that I see that can potentially scale within the market. And it's a wellness energy shot. So the name of the company is NutrientX, which if you didn't see, it is my background. Hopefully you can see it. It is my background. It's up there, right? And I've had this idea I thought of the idea in 2022. And I actually now had to custom formulate this product. And what I see in the market right now is I do believe that there's product market fit for an updated energy shot. So when you think of an energy shot, what is the first thing you think of? 5-hour energy, right? And if you go to any store, any convenience store, big box store, there are 5-hour energies everywhere. When 5-hour energy came out in 2012 or 2008 or 2004, I forget which year, they freaking boomed. They became a $1 billion annual revenue company. And unfortunately, they had a lot of lawsuits, and because it's a very caffeinated drink, there were, I think, like 8 different lawsuits of basically people dying or getting very ill. And it put a big strain on the company. But they made so much money in that market because it was so new. There was product market fit in the actual store itself, because you're not talking about an energy drink. You're talking about a little 2 to 3 ounce shot that can be right in front of the stores. There's multiple flavors. They got extreme ones, whatever the case is. And they're cheap. People buy them on repeat. It's something they'll consume every single day because it has caffeine in it. So when I thought of this idea and then I really started to learn and study the market, I noticed that there hasn't been any other company like a 5-hour energy. And the question is why? Now, part of the reason was because energy drinks have gotten so popular. There's, like I said, there's C4, there's Alani Nu, there's, I'm forgetting the one we sell here at our gym. And they're just very popular, right? The thing with energy drinks is the reason why people buy it all the time. Same thing with coffee. If you look at that sector of the market, you end up realizing that people want energy. People want to feel good. There's an instant gratification. And I think that's the biggest thing. That's why pre-workouts are also really popular when it comes to the supplement world versus a probiotic, which you have to take consistently in order to feel an effect. When I take caffeine, I'm feeling that thing consistently. If I were to take nicotine, you feel nicotine instantly, right? And that dopamine creates a want and need to constantly repurchase that product because you're getting a feeling within 5 minutes of taking this product. So, me being a gym owner, knowing our members, being a nutritionist at one point, working with members, I realized that taking supplements, and I also have sold supplements and we do sell supplements. I've noticed that unfortunately taking supplements is a very daunting thing to do. You have to take it either after a meal, you might not be home when you're eating it, you have to take it at night. It's a lot of times, and you probably done it where you bought supplements and you use them once and you forget, right? Because you take it and you don't feel anything. Like, is this thing even working? Unless your doctor or someone of high influence tells you to do it and you're disciplined, 9 times out of 10 people take it and don't use it again. So when I really witnessed all this, I said to myself, well, if there was a product that gave you the satisfaction and the instant gratification of energy, right, through some sort of healthy caffeine, but it wasn't a dosage that was crazy. It was less. So 120 milligrams instead of 200 or 100 milligrams instead of 200, where you still feel something, but it's not like urgent crazy. Additionally, it was natural. It was clean. It didn't have all these crazy chemicals on the actual chemical, ingredient list, and it would give you your healthy daily dose of essential vitamin, of essential supplements that doctors recommend to you every single day. And the 2 that stuck out were vitamin D3 and magnesium and B12. B12 is a supplement that I think everyone gets pretty much every day without realizing it, but it is very beneficial and important to you. So taking this idea, I'm like, okay, I think there's an opportunity to test. And phase 1 of this entire project is seeing if there's product market fit. So I just publicly announced that we started NutrientX, and we have a shipment of the product coming in as a powdered formula. And the reason why I did it as a powder formula is because getting a custom liquid shot formula is very challenging. And I wanted to make sure that there's product market fit at a micro level using the resources that I have, which is our gym members and my friends and community. Then, once we get feedback on it, we can formulate into a liquid and then test the market there. There is a ton of risk that goes into this opportunity. There's a ton of time. And there's so many new things I have to learn because I'm used to being in a service brick and mortar business to now going into a product e-commerce, local type of business. It's totally polar opposite, but it's still related in the health industry. So the reason why I took this opportunity is because I have the time and resources and energy, and I do believe that there could be a blue ocean potential opportunity, or it can completely backfire and I waste all my time. But there's no learning, there's no failing, only learning. And I'm really excited to pursue this. And what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be documenting everything. And I'm actually gonna be showing you what I'm doing on the back end to build this brand, things I'm learning, right? And the first thing to wrap this video up, I was just on YouTube and I'm watching videos on how can I create a YouTube channel. And basically this style is just called publicly building. So I'm gonna publicly show you how I'm building this business and show you the good, the bad, the ugly. And I just wanna pretty much give you insight to what it's gonna be on the day-to-day, owning a business and starting a new business from scratch. So I'm super excited. If you watched all the way through, thank you so much. Please like the video, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.